afternoon and welcome back to Lilly Field for the nightcap of this PSAC West doubleheader between the California Vulcans and the Edinboro Fighting Scots. I'm Gary Smith. I'm doing this game. John Sape had to go do some John Sape stuff this evening. I'm joined with Hunter Garman up on camera one, so we're going to bring you this action. California, if you're just joining us, won game one of this doubleheader by the score of 9-3. Got the bats going early in the first inning en route to a 5-0 lead at the beginning of the game, and then stretched it out to 8-0, and then Edinboro scored 2 runs, and then California scored later to finish it off. But we're here for game 2. I hope you will enjoy this game, and hopefully the Vulcans will continue their hot start, breaking a lengthy losing streak in the process. Just got our starting lineups here for game number 2. Leading off for Edinboro, number 0, Eddie McGuire. First pitch is a strike. So California ahead 1-0. Ball evens the count at 1-1. In the circle for California is Taylor Babcock. She entered the game in the 7th inning of game 1. A little bit of a foul tip against the umpire, so we're going to walk it off a little bit, and everybody's going to reset and doing what we can with the wind here. We are situated in a wind tunnel that is Lilly Field. So everybody's starting to reset. Count is 2-1. Babcock's 2-1 pitch, swung on and hit into left field. That'll be extra bases right off the get-go. So leadoff double for the Fighting Scots. And with the win today, we talked a little bit before, me and John Sape before the game, we might see a few home runs. Did not see anything in game 1. Couple balls in the gap, but nothing over the fence. But that ball was hit definitely in the jet stream. Now batting second for the Fighting Scots, number 27, Emily Thomas, the catcher. Left-handed batter. Looks to bunt. Holds up. That'll be a ball. Thomas, the 5'7" freshman from Erie, Pennsylvania. Wind freshens up quite mightily here. Pitch swung and missed. We'll even the count at 1 apiece. A very brisk afternoon here at Lilly Field. About 52 degrees at the start. Wind's making it feel much colder. 1-1 pitch, tapped foul. The California backstop. McCutcheon racing out to make sure that stays foul, and it will be a strike. Runner on second. Early stage this game. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Babcock, the senior from East Providence, Rhode Island, in the circle for the Vulcans. Again, she pitched an inning. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Fielded in over to first. Runner is going to come home. So that will be a run. Not sure if they counted the out at first. There is some discussion. So it will be a run for Edinboro and an out. So that clears the bases. As there is some conversation between longtime Edinboro head coach Dan Gerlich and the home plate umpire. But the runner at second did not stop, goes around and gets the run. So it's 1-0. Ball 1. At bat number 18 for the Fighting Scots, Hillary Sissom. Another freshman out of Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie just being a few Short minutes up I-79 from Edinboro, PA. The 1-0 count from Babcock. Taken on the outside for a strike. Evens the count at 1 apiece. So leadoff batter for Edinboro doubles to the left center field gap. And then a 6-3 put out the runner at second, does not stop. Going on contact, rounds home, rounds third, and goes to home. Ground ball to the right side. That'll be a base hit. So Edinboro in game one had their bats very, very cold. Starting to heat up here in game number 2. That'll bring up number 26. Cassidy Weller. Another freshman, this time from Lakeview, New York. I cannot help you with geography on that, but one can surmise possibly in the area of Erie and Edinboro. Pitch fouled away, barely foul. And probably of benefit to Edinboro that ball was fouled. That went right to the Vulcan first baseman, who might have had an easy double play there. Babcock's pitch, low, gets away from McCutcheon. And that'll be an advance, so McCutcheon, the catcher, could not handle that low pitch, so runner will advance. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 1-1. Stung in the left field. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be in the gap off the fence. And that'll be a double and a run scoring one at that. 2-0 Borough. A loud hit for the Fighting Scots as that hit high up off the fence into the jet stream. And the Scots take a 2-0 lead here in game number 2. And that'll bring up number 21 for the Scots, Isabella Becker, sophomore from Buffalo, New York. Seems like the Fighting Scots are sending up an array of left-handed batters here. Pitch taken high and outside for a ball. And that was a ringing double for Becker, or excuse me, for the batter before Becker. Pitch taken high, ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Off the glove of McCutcheon, and that'll advance the runner to third. And be a 3-0 count for the batter. So as tidy as game 1 started for the Vulcans, game 2 has started untidily. 3-0 pitch. Low and ball 4. So Borough now has runners on the corners. And that'll bring up number 13, Isabel Bavaro, freshman from Richmond Hill, Ontario. Another left-handed batter for the Fighting Scots. And there's going to be a timeout as interim coach Yancic will come out to speak to the man in blue. We do have a couple pitchers warming up in the bullpen to the right, so I'm not sure if they're going to make a change right now or not. And I believe that Coach Yancic may make a change. Waiting to see who will be in the circle for California. It looks like number 22, Megan Naito, the junior from Jessup, PA. Whoa, wait a second. Let's take a look at some of the numbers. Again, these numbers are before game 1. Not enough time in these doubleheaders to switch, but you can see California at Edinboro on the tail of the tape. California leading an average. But if you look down the ERAs, both teams north of 6. California coming into game 1 with a 7.04 team ERA. Edinboro's 6.63. Edinboro's would have went up a little bit, Cal's down a little bit, but pitching has been a struggle in the early going for both of these teams. And also, let's take a look at Edinboro coming into this game. On Tuesday, they split a doubleheader with a pretty decent ball club in Gannon. They won game 1 4-3, and then Gannon took the nightcap 5-1. So coming into this game on a bit of an upswing, or this doubleheader on a bit of an upswing, but then California getting the best of the Fighting Scots 9-3 in game number 1. So once again, new pitcher for California will be Megan Naito. See if she can stop Edinboro's rally right now and get California's bats up. So once again, in the box will be number 13, Isabella Bavaro. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Edinboro has scratched 3 hits together here in the top of the first inning. Thank you for joining us here on CUTV. Glad we can be there for you, bringing you these games live on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Digital Network, and our CUTV cable channels. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Naito. Off-speed pitch, catches the inside part. Throw down. There's going to be an out at second. Throw home on the delayed steal. So Edinboro will get another run. California ran the similar play in game 1. It was successful. California getting the out at second. Runner at third will score, so it'll be 3-0 with 2 outs now and an 0-1 count. Lefty on lefty, Naito shading herself from the sun. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch, high and outside, ball 1. Evens the count at 1. Ball 2. Naito circling the circle, now steps back on the rubber, trying to end this inning. Get the Vulcan bats on the field. There's a pop-up down the third base side, and a nice play by the Vulcan third baseman. Michaela Jaron coming in and just snagging a good play to end the inning. So Edinboro getting 3 runs, but California getting a little bit of momentum possibly coming into their half of the first inning. So let's take a look at what California experienced on Tuesday in their PSAC West opener. They traveled to Greensburg, PA against Seton Hill. They lost game 1 9-1, and then they rallied back in game 2, but Seton Hill ultimately got the win 6-4, and Seton Hill's a perennial powerhouse in PSAC softball. So despite the losses, California putting up a valiant effort, and then their losing streak ended in a game 1 victory today. In the circle for Edinboro in game number 2 is 26 Cassidy Weller. And again, we apologize for the wind, but such is life where we are situated here at Lilly Field on the outside in the middle of the jet stream blowing out to left center field. So leading off for the California Vulcans will be number 4, Carolina Fiorelli, the senior from Mount Vernon, Ohio. Had an active game 1, so we'll see if she can get California out and about here in game number 2. And Fiorelli, the right-handed batter for the Vulcans. It'll go Fiorelli and Jenna Hollerich, batting 1 and 2. And Fiorelli being a left-handed batter, I was totally wrong where she was standing in the batter's box, just was trying to stay out of the way there. So left-hander Carolina Fiorelli, first batter for the Vulcans here in game number 2. There's the pitch, taken high and inside, backs her off. Again, something to watch. I always watch in baseball, softball doubleheaders. Typically, the umpires will switch responsibilities, calling balls and strikes in the field. So both will have a little bit different strike zones. Here's the pitch. And that's going to hit Fiorelli, so Fiorelli will take first base in the most painful way possible, and Vulcans will get a runner on. So Fiorelli earns a bruise and a little bit of on-base percentage points. We saw in Game 1 the umpire's strike zone was a little generous on the inside and outside, so we'll see if this umpire follows suit or maybe has a little up and down bias. So again, always a little different. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch taken high for a ball. Hollerich, the infielder, the junior from Pittsburgh, PA, will step back in as a small dust storm rises around third base here. A little bit of rain helped to keep the dust down last night. There's the pitch taken high and outside, ball 2. Getting about a 25-degree difference between what Wednesday afternoon was to today, but that is March in western Pennsylvania. 2-0 pitch. Off speed inside. And Hollerich goes ahead 3-0. And again, Hollerich is a player for the Vulcans that has some thunder in that bat, and love to see her guess right on one of these off-speed pitches and send it over the batter's batting cage in left center. Here's the 3-0. Taking all the way for a strike. Be interesting to see maybe Fiorelli may get the green light here. 3-1 count. Pitch. Tap towards short. Fielded. Throw over to first. And that is going to be an error, and there's an advance to third. So runners on first and third here for the Vulcans by way of an error. Not sure if that'll be on the shortstop or the first baseman, but an error nonetheless, and the Vulcans are in business, and that brings up number 36, Alexa Daniels. Sophomore from Belle Vernon, Pennsylvania, just down the road on Route 70. So Daniels has a chance to get the Vulcans on the board and get herself an RBI. And there's a strike. So they're going to give that play a hit. Was a bang-bang play from the shortstop. So the Vulcans have runners on the corners by way of a hit. Bunt attempt straight down. And a strike. Thomas was right on that, had it stayed fair. Again, the wind is really whipping. Old Glory in left center field is pretty much straight out and away from us here, just behind home plate. 0-2 pitch. Steal attempt and no throw. That'll be a ball. So now the California Vulcans have runners on second and third. No out, so good chance for the Vulcans to get back into this game. One-two pitch. Off speed inside. Edinboro wanted that, but I think it was just, actually might have been too high. Might have caught the corner, but it crossed above the hands of Daniels. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Waiting on deck is number 14, Srcevic. That pitch misses. Ball 3, full count. And off to my right, I have a couple Vulcan pitchers warming up, so see how many different pitchers are used today. Full count. Fouled over my head. Good, healthy cut by Daniels. Was not shortchanged there. But that evens the count, or excuse me, doesn't even count. Just resets the count at 3-2. Beautiful sun-splashed afternoon here despite the temperatures and the wind. Full count pitch in the dirt. Good job by Thomas to keep the runner from advancing, but the Vulcans now have bases loaded, nobody out, and that'll bring up number 14, Brianna Sersevic, the senior from Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. Now there's going to be a mound visit from head coach Dan Gerlich. And if you're a Fighting Scott fan, this is definitely something you did not want to see. You get up 3-0 in the top of the first. That's when you really want your pitchers to bear down, and has not been the case. A walk and a hit by pitch in this inning. And those were wrapped around an infield single, excuse me. Sersevic having some fun with her teammate Michaela Schlosser in the on-deck circle. Two players that can definitely break this game wide open. So the umpire goes and breaks up the tea party at the circle, and that'll bring up Sersevic. Bases loaded, chance to do some real damage here for the Vulcan cause. Left-handed batter will step in again, senior from Elizabeth, PA. First pitch to Sersevic. Floats low and outside for a ball. Weller really trying to live on the off-speed pitch. They've just thrown a number of them. And again, the danger in that is that the more you show them, the more the Vulcans' bats will see that and key in that. And again, with the wind blowing out, that could be some thunder. 1-0 pitch. Good job by the backstop Thomas, again saving a run for the Fighting Scots. That ball was in the dirt. Where I'm seated, cannot see into the Borough bullpen, so I can't tell if they have anybody warming up. I use the term warm loosely on this day. 2-0 pitch in the dirt, so 3-1 or 3-0 count. This kind of brings us back to Tuesday in the Vulcan baseball game, which California against Wheeling scored 5 runs without a ball ever leaving the area past the pitcher's mound. A lot of walks and hits batsmen. So 3-0 count. Here it is, off speed on the inside. And the Vulcans get their first run by way of a walk. The carousel goes round and round, and it's 3-1 now. And brings up Schlosser with a chance to do this. And they are going to make a change. The Fighting Scots is Coach Gerlich in his 36th season at Edinboro. Again, been doing this a long time, so it's weird to see him out there and not Coach Bertinoli for the Vulcans, who retired this January after 30 seasons leading the Vulcans. So not sure who he will be bringing in. Still having a big conversation with the umpire at home plate. And then you can probably hear the wind whipping dead behind me. And they will bring in off the bench number 5, Annalise Smith, senior from Rochester, New York. Pitching change in game 1 worked wonders for Edinboro as they brought in Grace Kessel, this freshman from East Amherst. That kind of shut the Vulcans down for a few innings. But Coach Gerlich has seen enough, so I've seen 2 pitching changes here in the first inning. The Vulcans made a pitching change of their own in the top, and now Edinboro making a change here in the bottom. Edinboro got their 3 runs by way of a few doubles that doubled in a few runs, and then they pulled off the delayed steal with runners on first and third. Runner at second was actually thrown out, and then the runner going home. And then their first run was actually scored on what seemed to be possibly a routine 6-3 putout from the shortstop, but the runner at second continued to run possibly through a stop sign from Coach Gerlich, and they scored. So in California's runs, Fiorelli getting hit by a pitch, infield single, walk, and walk in for the RBI. So The least exciting RBI in baseball, softball, is the bases loaded walk. Unless it's a walk-off bases loaded walk, then everyone goes home happy. But pitcher is warmed up, and we're ready to recommence with the afternoon. So once again, the new pitcher in the circle for the Fighting Scots is number 5, Annalise Smith, senior from Rochester, New York. And at the plate, number 55, Michaela Schlosser, junior from Mount Vernon, Ohio. So Schlosser, couple RBIs out there just waiting to come in. Here's the first pitch. High and outside for a ball. So, again, trying to throw off speed to these Vulcan batters. So the 1-0 pitch to Schlosser. Fouled right back towards us. And it came within 20 feet of me. Where we're seated, you don't get many foul balls. Just it's kind of hard to go straight up and over the backstop, but John Sape had a dodge one in game 1 that came off of our tent, and then game 2, that one just went over the press box. 1-0 pitch high and outside, ball 2. So I have a feeling if California can break this one open, they had the offense going in game 1. Despite giving up 3, they could put up a crooked number in a hurry here in game 2. Nice off-speed pitch catching the outside part of the plate. Evens the count at 2 apiece. They might have had just a little bit of a tinge. I thought Schlosser was going to lash at that ball, but she held up and it was a strike. So 2-2 pitch now. High. I tell you what, the pitching staff for Edinboro has got to give Emily Thomas a big hug after this, because she has saved several runs by keeping balls off the backstop. So the payoff pitch taken outside, ball 4. So another walk-in RBI, and California now trails 3-2. Still bases loaded, nobody out. That brings up Caitlin Ochtemeyer, the senior from Guilford, Ontario. So longtime member of this Vulcan attack. So she has a chance again to bring in several runs and put up the crooked number here. So there's the pitch, taken on the outside for a strike. Ochtemeyer waiting in from the relief pitcher, Grace Kessel. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And again, Thomas saving a wild pitch for her pitching staff. That evens the count at 1. Ochtemeyer, it doesn't look like, at least in the first inning, Edinboro is pitching California inside at all. So here's the pitch. There's one, check swing. That'll go to the backstop, but a strike, 1-2. And of course, the announcers jinx, as soon as I said it, it pretty much happened. A pitch on the inside on the hands, and Ochtemeyer reacted with an excuse me check swing, and is down the count 1-2. The pitch framed on the outside, nothing doing. Thomas conferring with the umpire behind home plate, just asking where it missed, so she can give some information to her battery mate in the dugout. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, blooper in left field. That's going to get 1 run home. Rounding third, and another run coming home for the Vulcans. And now California 4-2. We got a pickle throw to third in the dirt. California now has runners on first and second, and the offense is in full effect here for the California Vulcans. 2-run RBI single for Caitlin Ochtemeyer. Great at bat there. Didn't get a lot of that ball, got enough, and a lot of times in softball with the bases so close together, if you just get something out there and in play, things will happen. So that'll bring up Michaela Jaron. So California now leading 4-3. First pitch taken for a ball. Jaron, the freshman infielder from Greencastle, PA. There's the pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Seven runs combined here in the bottom of the first. A day of offense here because if you're watching live stats between California and Lock Haven baseball out at Wild Things Park, the Vulcans put on 10-plus runs in each game en route to I believe, as there's a throw to the backstop, throw to the plate, nothing doing. A runner will score. And runners now at third. As I apologize, I did not have the scoreboard updated. It is, in fact, now a 5-3 run for California. So now you have a runner at third. 3-1 count, 5-3 score. And this is a gut check moment for the pitcher, Kessel. There's a shot to left field. Caught by the left fielder. Throw to the plate will not be in time. And California gets their 6th run here in the inning. That's the first out. So Edinboro will trade an out for the run. And that'll bring up number 21, Kira Davis. She saw action in the first game as a pinch hitter. So Davis now at bat, bases empty. Chops one down the third base line, flag down, but just goes foul. Kira Davis, the freshman from Connellsville, PA. I've seen a number of people wearing Connellsville Falcon sweatshirts here today, so I believe she has a pretty good contingent. Line drive to third, caught on a hop, thrown to the fence, and that'll be an error. And kind of a unfortunate situation for the Edinboro third baseman. She was within inches of catching that for a line out, dropped it and threw it to the fence, and Davis unable to advance. So that'll bring up number 33, Amara McCutcheon, team leader for the Vulcans in home runs coming into this game. So Coach Yanchek is talking to the umpire. Not sure what the conversation about, and there's no changes made right now, but maybe just getting some clarification on the play. So McCutcheon has thunder in that bat. Last game we were at, she put a couple long and foul over the left field fence. So, again, team leader right now in home runs. Jam shot on the hands, just pops up to the shortstop. That'll be 2 outs. Again, a rare pitch inside, and the lineup will flip over. And that'll bring up Fiorelli. She reached base earlier in this inning by way of a hit by pitch and came around to score the Vulcans' first run of the afternoon. First time she will face Kessel, as Kessel came in, I believe, 4 batters into the game. Pitch, high and inside ball. Line score if you are scoring at home. Edinboro 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. California 6 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. So 1-0, 2 outs, bottom of 1. Ball in the dirt. Again, Thomas, the catcher for Edinboro, doing a good job to not allow the runner to advance. She saved a couple advancements here in this game. Pitch right over the middle, 2-1 count. Fiorelli digging back in. We get a moment of calm here from the wind. Pitch outside, ball 3. I think if Fiorelli's given the choice, if she had to reach base without a base hit, she'd rather get there via walk instead of a hit by pitch. So see if she'll get something to hit here. 3-1. Pitch inside, so run the count to full. Nice pitch there by Kessel. Again, not really working inside of these Vulcan batters, but Kessel goes inside, catches Fiorelli off guard a little bit, and payoff pitch here. 3-2, 2 outs. Ball 4. So another walk, and that'll bring up another player for the Vulcans with some power in the back, Jenna Hollerich, the shortstop from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I believe in game 1 she hit a fly ball off the fence. First pitch swinging up left side of the infield and taken by the shortstop. So California punching off of the ropes and will go into the top of the inning, leading now 6-3. You're listening and watching Vulcan Softball right here on CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Digital Network, and CUTV on cable and Cablecast.
Vulcans, the anticipation was real. The Student Activities Board is excited to announce that this year's concert will be Rich the Kid. The concert will be held on April 24th, 2025, with doors opening at 7 p.m. The concert begins at 8 p.m. with Penn West California's very own DJ Pinky and DJ Sharpetta battling, followed by local DJ Rocco Magone. Tickets are open to all students and the public. Student tickets are at a discounted rate of $10 to $15 and allow for floor access. Public tickets are $15 and only for the bowl access. Get your tickets today. You won't want to miss.
And welcome back to Lily Field as we move into the top of the second. If you are fans of offense in softball, just back up this web broadcast about a half hour as 9 runs were scored in the first inning. But California, after making a pitching change, brought the Edinboro assault to a halt, as now Megan Naito is on the mound for the Vulcans. Coming up to bat for Edinboro is number 20, Amelia Mara, freshman from Niagara Falls. So, again, 9 runs scored in the first inning. California leading 6-3. I'm trying to clean my screen off of some dirt that has kicked up from Lily Field. First pitch, a ball. And a brisk afternoon here at Lily Field, right off of Route 88 here in California, Pennsylvania. Second pitch sent out to center field. That has some carry. Looking up, and that's off the base of the wall. That's going to be extra bases. So another double for the Fighting Scots. And just like that, Edinboro is back in business. And a ball for a second I thought might have left, but hit to the deepest part of the yard here. And that'll bring up the catcher, Emily Thomas. And probably about 15 minutes ago, that ball would have left the yard, as that at bat was probably the calmest. And there's a throw to third. So McCutcheon with the drop. The runner will advance on the strike. Bang, bang play. Coach Yanchik is asking to get some clarification from the umpire in the field. I believe she was checking to see if the runner's hand came up when she stood up, because the tag was still being applied. Definitely was a bang-bang play. The ball kind of popped out of McCutcheon's glove. I think the runner was going to steal or attempt to steal anyhow. Coach Yanchik gets the explanation, and we'll head back to the Vulcan dugout. And everybody will reset. Thomas now has a chance to bring Edinboro a little closer with a runner on third, nobody out. And there's about 79 different ways a runner can score from third base with no outs in baseball and softball. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball to center. Caught, throw to the plate will not be in time. That's one of the ways, and that's a sac fly to center field. So that's the out. Edinboro will get their 4th run of the game. Now it's 6-4. California clinging to a 2-run lead here on offense Friday from Lilly Field. And that'll bring up the sophomore Ashley Rose from Erie, PA. Nido's pitch down and in the dirt, but a fishing expedition was launched from Rose, and Nido moves ahead 1-0. From where I was seeing, you could see the movement on that pitch quite well. Started over the plate and just dipped outside. Batter showing bunt, swings and puts it in play, and that'll be a single to left field. And Edinboro on an excuse me check swing just hit them where they ain't, and it's another base hit for the Fighting Scots. And I'll bring up Addie McGuire from Allison Park. So runner on, nobody out. Nido trying to shut this offensive explosion for Edinboro down. Pop up to the shortstop, throw to first, no double play, but an out. And that's not an easy play for anybody in this wind, but good job by Hollerich. That'll bring up Abigail Lenchek. Slaps one into the gap. The old 5.5 hole made popular by Tony Gwynn. And now you have runners on first and second. So Edinboro showing they have a little bit of fight left after they gave up 6 runs, and runners on first and second, and that'll bring up number 18, Hillary Sissom. There's actually 2 outs. Not sure where we got behind, but the umpire corrects the scoreboard. Foul tip, strike. Healthy cut there by Sissom. Sissom stepping back in. And there's a pitch. Taken high and outside for a ball. Sissom stepping back in. Nido slowing her pitch down. Fly ball into left field and taken for the 3rd out. So Edinboro gets a run, but California still maintains their 6-4 lead. While we have a chance, let's take a look at what some of the offensive leaders were for both respective teams. Again, this is coming into game 1 of this doubleheader, but you see McCutcheon leading the Vulcans in average and OPS. Fiorelli came into this game, or the first game of doubleheader, leading the team in hits 21. McCutcheon definitely will still lead the team in home runs, as no one hit a home run in game 1, and then Schlosser came into the game with 13 RBIs. And Bavaro leads in average and OPS for Edinboro. 3 players had 15 hits coming in. Higley with 4 home runs, and Higley with 11 RBI. So that's a little snapshot of what is going on in terms of team leaders and offensive leaders. So that'll bring up California's 36, Alexa Daniels, leading off here at the bottom of the 2nd inning. So let's see if California can get a run back that they gave up in the top of the 1st. First pitch, catches the outside corner for a strike. Again, Grace Kessel in relief here in game number 2 for the Fighting Scots. Oh, 1 pitch. Catches the outside, so 2 little paint jobs out there by Kessel. And that'll put the Vulcans' Alexa Daniels in an 0-2 bind. 0-2 pitch. Further outside, seeing if Daniels will go chasing waterfalls. Nothing doing. In the on-deck circle for California is Brianna Sersevic. 1-2 pitch to the third baseman. Fields it, fires over to first, in and out. So 5-3 put out. Good job over there. And as I talk with our SID, Matt Kiefer, quite often we talk about how in softball, if you can field your position, you're going to stay in a lot of ball games because you're not giving the other team extra bases. And with the bases so close together and the athletes so fast, sometimes a good defensive play here or there makes the difference. So Sevic takes the first pitch inside for a strike. First time she was up, she had bases loaded in front of her, so a little different philosophy at the plate now for her. Hits one high in the air to right center. Going back is a center fielder and camps underneath it. And a can of corn is being served from the cafeteria, and that is quickly 2 outs for the Vulcan attack. That brings up number 55, Michaela Schlosser. Again, that really wasn't a can of corn. It was a can of corn, but not an easy can of corn to open because with this wind swirling, easily could have been an adventure for the outfielders. Pitch taken high and outside for a ball. In the on-deck circle is Ochtemeyer. Schlosser seeing if she can bring her mate to the plate. Pitch in the dirt. Runs the count to 2-0. Here's the pitch from Kessel. Nice off-speed pitch. That froze Schlosser right there, as I think Schlosser was expecting some heat, and Kessel just drops in a little off-speed inside, catch the corner, 2-1 count. Catches the outside corner, so going east to west is Kessel, so now it's a 2-2 count. 2 outs, second inning. California leading 6-4 here. Here's the pitch. Further outside and a full count now. Good job of Schlosser to hold up on that. That was a definition of a chase pitch thrown there by Kessel. Full count. Hitting to left center field. Going back. Off the base of the wall. And that'll be extra bases for Schlosser. She'll pull into second with a double, a 2-out double, and the California Vulcans are back in business here in the bottom of the second. And then I'll bring up Ochtemeyer with a chance to bring home a run with a base hit.
Now batting number 5, Caitlin Ochtemeyer.
Good piece of hitting there, running the count to full, and then Schlosser driving one off the base of the wall. So Ochtemeyer steps in, swinging on the first pitch, and it'll dribble just to the left of the visiting dugout here at Lilly Field. Don't know where it went from there because as Lilly Field is constructed, where we're sitting, you can't see the right field or well, you can see the left field line. You can't see the right field line, but you can't see anything past the left field dugout, the third base dugout. 0-1 pitch. Right back to the pitcher. Great job of Kessel to field that, and that will end the inning. So California getting some late offense, but nothing coming across. So after 2 full, California leading 6-4. You're watching Vulcan Softball here on CTV Sports 1, PSCC Digital Network, and CUTV Cable.
Sports fans, We cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And welcome back to Lilyfield here for Game 2 of this PSAC doubleheader between the California Vulcans and the Edinboro Fighting Scots. California scoring 6 runs in the first to get their 6th run. Edinboro piecing together 3 in the first and 1 in the second. And that'll bring up Cassie Weller, Left-handed batter will face left-handed pitcher Megan Naito. Sun's starting to move into that time of day. Could be an issue for the pitcher and center fielder. Lilyfield doesn't face a typical north and south, so you got a little bit of east and west inclination. So as the sun sets in our west, which is behind me and our camera position, it'll be in the pitcher and center fielder's eyes for a few innings. Off-speed pitch, low and away, ball 2. The addition of the small press box that we have here at Lilyfield has helped that issue a little bit in recent years, but still somewhat of an issue sometimes, especially on a day like this. Nice pitch. Pulls the string on an off-speed pitch down and inside, and Weller steps out to rethink life. And that was just a beautiful pitch by Naito. 2-1. Floats one in high, ball 3. In the on-deck circle for the Fighting Scots is Isabella Becker. So 3-1 count. Top third. Swing and a miss. Runs the count to full. So Naito showing a lot of pitches here. Trying to work hard to get this first out here against Cassidy Weller. California has yet to retire the first batter of an inning versus the Scots, and that trend continues with a walk. And that'll bring up Isabella Becker. So that leadoff walk, putting a little pressure on the Vulcan defense. Becker stepping in, swinging and fouling it straight back. You can probably hear some of the chanting and cheering coming from the Edinboro dugout, cheering for Becker. Always interested to see how the cheers and the chants incorporate the players' names. Pitch, bunt attempt, throw to first, not in time. They're going to say that the batter went and attempted bunt, so good job of Slosser to be ready for that throw down from McCutcheon. But Naito moving ahead 0-2. Lifted into center field, drifting back, catch is made. And that'll be the first out here in inning number 3. That'll bring up number 13, Isabella Bavaro. Freshman from Richmond Hill, Ontario. We'll just consider that a suburb of Edinboro because Erie, Buffalo, Edinboro, Ontario, not a lot of space between those geographic points on the map. So pitch, tap foul. Bavaro stepping back in. muttering to herself. I think she thinks she just missed that pitch and tend to agree with her. There's the pitch. Popped up down the third base shortstop hole. Catch is made by the third baseman, and after a moment of some confusion there, the Vulcans get the out. That'll be the second out of the inning. Again, I apologize if the scoreboard was off a little there in terms of outs, but doing multiple duty, and one of my main duties is keeping the computer and my notes from blowing away into the ether. There's the pitch. Slapped into right field. That'll get down for a hit. Throw on to third. Beats her. What a play by the right fielder for the Vulcans. Gunning down the advance, and that ends the inning. So now they're saying maybe not. Hold the phone. Umpire sending everybody back. Not sure what the call is. And Blue will go to talk to the dugout of the Vulcans. So instead of being the third out, that'll be runners on second and third. And I apologize, did not hear or see what the call was. But it appeared the throw from right field beat the runner in plenty of time. Did not appear the ball came out, so not sure what happened. Possibly could be maybe a shortstop or the third baseman got in the way of the runner, but not sure. So whatever the case may be, runners on second and third. And Edinboro has a chance to tie this game up with runners in scoring position. That'll bring up number 25, Emily Thomas. First pitch taken outside, ball one. So definitely a base hit. Right fielder coming up throwing, just did not see what the call was. The umpire in the field is the one that made the call. Nice pitch on the outside for a strike. And he was very demonstrative with it, so everybody reset. 1-1's the count. Tap back to the pitcher. Naito fields her position, and that ends the inning. So that little confusing play not going to hurt the Vulcans. They go into their half of the inning leading 6-4. Let's take a look while we have a chance at the pitching leaders for both of these teams coming into today's game. Bayonne leading in ERA and WHIP for the Vulcans. Three players coming into this doubleheader had one win apiece. Bayonne led the staff with 39.2 innings and Bayonne with 12 strikeouts. And on the other side of the ledger for Edinboro, Smith, ERA 5.05, WHIP 1.64. Two players with 2 wins apiece. And the game one starter, you can see right there, 38.1 innings. I forgot to point the one. And 30 strikeouts. So California doing a good job of getting out of that inning. Sometimes a play like that, especially in a season that has not really gone the Vulcans' way yet, could have been a disaster, a turning point in this game. But Naito doing a great job of stopping the ground ball and throwing it, and a little bit of laughter as the pitch from Kessel hits our home plate umpire, and that'll bring up number 23 for the Vulcans, Michaela Jaron. So bottom of the third, California leading 6-4. A margin you would love it for California to get a little bit more. Is, like I said, with the wind blowing out, anything can happen here at Lilly Field. First pitch taken by Jaron, ball one. So Jaron hits one down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will not. That ball was launched 250 foot foul ball strike, but Jaron was on top of that. And I know I've been saying the wind has been blowing out today, but that would have been out if there was no wind or anything. She stung that ball. The last 1-1 count. Pitched low and inside for a ball. It's going to Michaela Jaron, the freshman from Greencastle, PA. As the ball is currently being returned from some of the fans in left field. Here's the pitch. Foul right into the lap of Thomas. Evens the count at 2 apiece. And Emily Thomas has had a heck of an afternoon behind the plate. Now Coach Yancic returning that long foul ball to our home plate umpire. Count is even 2-2. No outs here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Tapped foul. Good effort by Jaron just to extend the at-bat. Don't know if she could have done anything with that if she would have tried to pull it. So just good job of staying alive. In the on-deck circle for the Vulcans is Kira Davis. So the 2-2 pitch will base hit for Jaron into left field. So the Vulcans. And now Jaron's going to advance to second base. I was looking down for a second there to add the hit. So don't know if it was misplayed in left field or not. But Jaron will go to second, and the Vulcans now have a runner in scoring position. And that'll bring up Davis with a chance to drive in a run here. Again, I think 6 will not be the final score of the winning score. I think going to need more in a game like this. So the pitch to Davis, swinging on the first pitch. Fouls it almost into the Edinboro dugout. And Kessel will go ahead 0-1 in the count. So the wind, as you can hear in my headset and the crowd mic, is freshening quite a bit here at Lilly Field. Here's the pitch. Fouled back at us. Count goes to 0-2. And the on-deck circle for the Vulcans is McCutcheon. So Kessel looking at her wrist, getting the pitch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High for a ball. And Jaron was ready to pounce to third base. Had that ball escape the mitt of Thomas. 1-2 pitch. Outside corner, strike 3. Nice pitch by Kessel. And that'll be the first out in the inning. That'll bring up McCutcheon. Amara McCutcheon, the freshman from Scottsdale. Getting a big run out there on second base for the Vulcans. That ball gets to the backstop, and Thomas will not be able to stop the advance there, as that'll be a ball, and now the runner will move to third base. And now McCutcheon has a very good chance to get an RBI here with the runner at third and only 1 out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Nice off-speed pitch. McCutcheon was trying to send that down to campus, but Kessel fools her with an off-speed pitch. Kessel has a little bit of a grin from behind her pitcher's mask. Don't know if she'll be able to do that again against McCutcheon. Here's the pitch. Right to third base. Great play by the third baseman looking at the runner back, as that ball was absolutely stung And now there were 2 outs, so. And that'll bring up Fiorelli. As the wind is absolutely whipping out to center field. But let's talk about that play by Williams for Edinboro. Just getting in front of it and looking at the runner back. Fiorelli, ground ball to second base, and that'll be the inning. So California having a chance to get something happening there. Edinboro doing a good job of stopping the offense. So after 3 full innings here from Lilyfield, the score, California leading the Edinboro Fighting Scots 6-4. You're watching Vulcan Softball on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Digital Network, and CUTV Cable and Cablecast. We'll be right back.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates the athletic and academic excellence of its student athletes. Last year, over 4,000 achieved at least a 3.25 GPA to earn recognition as a PSAC Scholar Athlete. Athletically, over 70 PSAC teams qualified for the NCAA championships. Champions on the field, champions in the classroom, making the PSAC proud.
And welcome back to Lilyfield here. We move into the top of the 4th. California leading 6-4. And that'll bring up Rose, the leadoff batter for the Fighting Scots here in the top of the 4th inning. Again, you can see the shadows starting to creep over the infield here of Lilyfield. Not sure if we'll need the lights turned on today or not. Our good friend Nate Kurtz is going to take some clicks. First pitch was a strike, as I conferred with our good friend and junior Heaslip nominee, Nate Kurtz. He's stealing my Coke to take up to the press box to our good cameraman, Hunter Garman. There's the pitch into right center field, going back and grabbing it on the run. First out for the Vulcans here in the top of the 4th inning. So that'll bring up 0-0, Alan McGuire. McGuire stepping in against Naito. Naito doing a good job in relief, giving up 1 run since he came back in. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball. McGuire, the sophomore from Allison Park. There's the pitch. Outside, taken for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Naito's pitch high and outside. Trying to pull every string possible with that off-speed pitch. Actually, count is 2-0. I'm sorry, I missed a pitch there. There's the pitch. Swung on, hit down the right field side, and actually is going to stay in the infield, and it'll be fielded for the second out. As that was an adventure over there for Schlosser with this wind. Kind of chuckles to her mates. They all meet in the circle, and that'll be 2 outs.
Now batting number 27, Abigail Olenicek.
And that'll bring up Abigail Olenicek, the outfielder freshman from Lakeview, New York. As I had to move my paperweights here. Again, doing triple duty here, directing, producing, announcing, and keeping everything from flying away. First pitch slapped. In a nice play by 23 for the Vulcans. Jaron, the third baseman, coming in and snagging that, and that'll be a quick 1-2-3 for the Vulcans. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the PSAC West standings. And these standings, of course, were before the first game of the doubleheader. But, again, if you're not familiar with PSAC softball, now that we're in conference and divisional play, everything will be doubleheader. So, see Seton Hill coming into this game. They went 2-0 against California. So, California at the bottom, 3-19. They move to 1-2, 4-19. Edinboro drops to 1-2, 2-13 here in 2025. So as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning, California looking to try and get a few more insurance runs. Again, with this win, the 2-run lead is very tenuous. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter for the Vulcans, Jenna Hollerich. We'll see if California, again, being fed a lot of off-speed pitches by Grace Kessel, if they can kind of see something and turn on one. That first pitch was taken on the outside. But we've seen a couple balls hit to the middle of the fence and the base of the fence here in this game by both teams. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to third, fielded and thrown, and that's the first out. So quick one out. Another good play by the third baseman for Edinboro. That'll bring up number 36 for California, Alexa Daniels.
Now at bat, number 36, Alexa Daniels.
So Addie McGuire put a star next to her today. She saved a couple hits and a couple runs before the Fighting Scots. So now as we move to one out, Daniels swinging on the first pitch, taps it foul. And almost bounced off of the natural grass between the third base line and the dugout, almost ricocheted back into fair territory. And if that would have happened, that would have been one of the most amazing plays ever seen. Second pitch is taken for a ball. Again, early March or middle of March now, early season. On a natural field, there's a lot of things that can be done to get it in great shape. But as everyone knows what their yard looks like, it's tough to get anything super good this time of year. So good job by the grounds crew to get this field in as good shape as it is this early in the year. That pitch was taken outside for a strike. Again, a little bit of rain last night in the California, PA area. Nothing crazy. If anything, it helped, at least in game one, to keep some of the dust down in this win. 1-2 pitch. Just a bit outside and above and gone. Makes the count 2-2. So Daniel stepping back in, 2-2. Pop up to the right side, coming into the right fielder, making the catch on a full sprint. And two good defensive plays here to start the bottom of the fourth for Edinboro. Now California down to their last out in the inning. And that will be number 14, Brianna Sursevic. Sursevic stepping back in. The pitch, and that'll hit Sursevic, and she will get a bruise and head to first base. So inning not over, and that hit her in the middle of the right thigh. And on a cold weather day like this, that cannot feel good. And then that'll pick up or bring up Michaela Schlosser now. Not to say that any weather situation is good to get hit on the thigh by a fastball, but this is definitely not one of the top ones in that list, I'll tell you that. So Schlosser now trying to pick up her teammate. She takes one inside. Turns away from it, and that'll be a ball. And the on-deck circle is Ochtenmeyer, if she gets a chance. 1-0 pitch. Floats to the backstop. Runner will advance. So that'll be a ball. And Thomas, despite having a really good game back there, gives up a a free amount of real estate. Now you have California with a chance to score with the runner in scoring position. Not sure if Thomas was crossed up on that or if just got away from here. Here's the 2-0. Low and in the dirt, ball 3. So pure hitters count here for Schlosser. Again, Ochtemeyer waiting on deck. Should Schlosser extend this inning? 2 outs here, bottom of 4. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, so runners on first and second. And now Ochtemeyer having a chance to do some damage for the Vulcans. So Ochtemeyer with Jaron on deck. Should Ochtemeyer extend the inning? Here's the pitch from Kessel. Taken high and inside, ball 1. Temperature's dropped another couple degrees. I believe it's like 15 degrees now here from Lilyfield. At least that's the real field temperature. One-zero pitch. Runner's fake going. Taken on the outside for a strike. Also, if you hear some jingling, there's a Labradoodle puppy going absolutely berserk to my right, about 20 feet away. Saw a Boston Terrier puppy earlier today. Almost try to commandeer that puppy, but right now it's just one Labradoodle puppy. Pitch taken outside for a strike. One and 2's the count. I'm not really sure what the puppy's barking at. It's pretty calm over there other than the puppy going crazy. So we'll see if we can address that between innings. Pitch wasted and fouled away. 2 outs. 1 and 2's the count. I know the dog's not trying to get after me because it's Friday in Lent. I have no beef jerky on me. Here's the pitch. Tap down the right side, and that will be foul. Out of play. At bat continues here, 1 and 2. Good job of fighting that off. Is Ochtemeyer, the veteran, has probably seen every combination of pitches anybody can in the PSAC. Long time Vulcan at bat. Again, wasted away. Waiting for her pitch. So Ochtemeyer stepping back in. Again, runners on first and second. With 2 outs, they will be running like the wind if there's contact made. Pitch. Tapped in front. This is going to be a tough play for the pitcher. Throw to first, and there was no way to getting Ochtemeyer. Infield single. And now bases loaded for the Vulcans. Jaron now coming up.
Now batting, number 23, Michaela Jaron.
Kessel did a whale of a job to get to that ball, but had a lot of backspin and side spin, and Ochtemeyer has a lot of speed and nothing that Kessel could do. So now Jaron a chance to break this game open. Again, California clinging to a 2-run lead here. Kessel in relief trying to shut this down. Here's the pitch. Off speed, catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. One pitch. Taken on the outside. Again, here's another situation where the catcher, Emily Thomas, is going to make her or earn her seat back to Edinboro. There's been a couple loose pitches she's blocked, but now with the runner at third base, anything that gets by her will probably result in a run. 1-1 pitch. High and outside, ball 2. Try to frame that, but just a little too high. Umpire confirming with her that it was just a scotch out of the zone. So dangerous waters being tread by Grace Kessel right now. Here's the 2-1. Slap towards shortstop, fielded, throw over to first. Great job of digging it out. So California getting bases loaded here in the bottom of the fourth, but amounts to nothing. So we're going to move into the top of the fifth, but we're going to take a break. You're watching Vulcan Softball right here on CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Digital Network, and CTV cable channels, and also on CTV Cablecast. We'll be right back.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And welcome back to Lilly Field here for inning number 5 of this PSAC doubleheader between the California Vulcans and the Edinboro Fighting Scots. So California clinging to a 2-run lead here. Edinboro will step up to bat. Number 18 for the Fighting Scots, Hillary Sissom. As I'm just going to double check our live feed here from CTV Sports 1. And it is on, so first pitch swinging, fielded, and out. So 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. Jaren coming over and fielding her position. That'll bring up the next batter for the Fighting Scots. That'll be Cassidy Weller. So left-handed batter facing left-handed pitcher. First pitch, high into the backstop for a ball. This game started as an offensive slugfest, but ever since the bottom of the second, it's been a pitching and defensive battle between the two squads. California looking to even their PSAC record at 2-2 if they sweep this. And there's a shot down the right field line. That is going to be a single. So the Scots get the go-ahead, or the tying run, up to the plate. And that'll be in the form of 21, Isabella Becker. So the 9th hit for the Fighting Scots results in a runner at first. Nida's pitch. Runner going, no throw. So that'll be a steal. So now a runner in scoring position with 1 out for the Fighting Scots. Knew they would not go quietly as they got off the bus today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. As they got off the bus today, they were singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough. A great song. Popularized by Remember the Titans, among other things. 1-1 pitch, high outside, ball 2. McCutcheon looks in towards Coach Anchik, getting the signal. The outfielders are shading towards right field. There's a pop-up. Going out will be the left fielder coming in to make the catch, and that'll be the second out. So ball is hit kind of in the Bermuda Triangle of the left field, but nothing comes of that. And that'll bring up Isabel Bavaro. And Nida one batter away from getting out of this little bit of a mini jam here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch low into the dirt, ball 1. And Bavaro, one of the many left-handed batters we've seen get an at-bat here for the Fighting Scots. There's the pitch low and in the dirt. Good job by McCutcheon to block that and limit the advance opportunity for the runner at second. Count goes to 2-0, 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. Nido's pitch. Bavaro stings one deep to right. That ball is over the head, and that'll result in 1 run, and that'll be extra bases for Bavaro. So just misses a big fly by a few feet, but gets the 5th run on the board for the Fighting Scots, and now the tying run is at second. Go ahead and run is at the plate, and that'll bring up Amelia Mara from Niagara Falls. And that ball was absolutely stung to right field. Nido's first pitch, off speed, high and for a ball. I've been saying it for a few innings. If you're California, it would have felt better to get a few more insurance runs. Burrow has a chance with a base hit to tie this game up. Here's the 1-0. Catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. As the wind is absolutely howling here at Lilly Field. So 1-1. Off speed inside, taken for a ball. Before the renovation here at Lilly Field a few years ago, the old barn from the Lilly Farm was serving as a natural windbreak, also a giant oak tree. But when those two things were removed, there is nothing to stop the wind coming in from West Brownsville. 2-1 pitch. Low in the dirt. Blocked by McCutcheon. Runs the count to 3-1. So Nido asks for a new orb. No one warming up in the Vulcan bullpen yet, I don't think. It's a couple, well, actually there might be someone warming up over there as I glance over. Again, cannot tell in the Edinboro bullpen if anything's going on. 3-1 pitch. Oh, nice pitch on the inside. Mara trying to buy the walk, and the umpire says, no, that was a strike, so get back in here. We're going to do it all over again for a payoff pitch with 2 outs. Tying run at second base. Nido trying to bear down for the Vulcans. Payoff pitch. Wasted away. We're going to do it all over again. Mara didn't miss that by much, just didn't straighten it out as it hit hard, just hit almost behind her. So let's redo this payoff pitch. 3-2, 2 outs, top of 5. Payoff pitch in the dirt. Runner goes to third, and that is giving out. So McCutcheon, after the walk, the runner attempting a steal, but that ends the inning, and we'll see if that comes back to bite the Scots on the Scots. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So let's take a chance while we have a moment in this action. Talk about our good friends at the Penn West California Theater Department. Their production of A Midsummer Night's Dream is coming up, as I'm going to mark that last out. Everybody at home can read that. But our good friend John Sape, our other good friend Brian Karpinski, we have other good friends in there, but those are the two that have been helping us with some baseball and softball. Will be performing in that in about 2.5 weeks, so can't wait to see what happens on the stage. That is actually going to be in the Blaney Theater downstairs, the Black Box, so a very intimate setting for a Shakespeare production, so come on out.
Batting for California, number 21, Kira Davis.
And that'll bring up Kira Davis for the Vulcans. here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So crazy thing in baseball and softball, a lot of times you'll see a defensive play spark the offense, and we'll see if the Vulcans can ride the momentum from that nice throw out, caught stealing from McCutcheon to start the offense here and get that run back. First pitch, check swing, and that is going to be a strike called. I'm going to take this moment to pull my hoodie up. Nope, that's not going to work. Don't know how John Safe did that earlier. Came down, he looked nice and snug as a bug in a rug, but I do not have that wardrobe flexibility here, as it were, so I will continue to be in the wind tunnel and be sad about it. 1-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. 2-1 count. You have some players for the Vulcans warming up in the cages down to the right hand side of me, right field line. 2-1 pitch. Off the hands, and an easy play for McGuire for the first out. And that will bring up McCutcheon for the Vulcans with 1 out. And McCutcheon ended the Scott rally there in the top of the inning with a heads-up play. Not sure why the runner was going. It was a full count, but there was no, and I think she actually thought there might have been a runner at first and just went. Check swing does not go, as the umpires confer. But McCutcheon on the ball there, throwing down and getting the out. McCutcheon, second batter of the inning. Fiorelli will be the next batter, flipping over the order. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Through the third baseman. That'll be a single for Mara McCutcheon, as that ball was stung. And that'll bring up the top of the order. 7th hit for the Vulcans here. As now I believe Coach Yancic will make a change. Maybe have a runner going out at first. Wait to see as she's talking to Blue. Blue is marking it down on his score sheet. It should turn around in a few minutes to tell us. So it will be a runner going out to run for McCutcheon. Cannot see the number. So Fiorelli will come up, runner at first. Again, one of the negatives of having white numbers on white jerseys is it's tough to see from about 20 feet. Ground ball through the right side. Runners on the corners, as Fiorelli keeps the party going here with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And I believe that is Lexi Hasbrook at third base, pinch running. But that'll bring up Jenna Hollerich with some runners on the pond. On deck is Daniel. So here's the pitch. Lifted into left center. Going back as left fielder makes the catch. Runner will tag. And that is actually Bailey Bernetti, junior from Irwin. California gets their 7th run of the game. Sacrifice fly there by Hollerich. Runner at first, so California now leads 7-5. So 2 outs, that'll bring up Daniels. Fiorelli at first. So California getting that run right back that they surrendered in the top of the 5th. It's the pitch taken outside for a ball. One 1-0 count, 2 outs here. Bottom 5, place 7 here. Off speed. Foles Daniels, 1-1 is the count. Daniels stepping back in. Kessel. And Daniels just going to find a hole in the 5-5 spot. Fiorelli going to third. Daniels taking an extra 20 feet, more than 20 feet, an extra base to second base. So then you have runners at second and third. 2 outs. And California has a chance to maybe break it open. Sursevic now with 2 outs. And once again, I apologize for having that wrong on the scoreboard as I was writing down the scoring play on the sacrifice. But Sursevic now, 2 big RBIs out there for the Vulcans. Pitch taken on the outside for a ball. Good base running there for the Vulcans, taking the extra base. The 1-0. Dips out of the zone, makes it a 2-0. As you can see, the shadows more and more taking effect here at Lilly Field. There's the pitch taken on the outside, ball 3. So pure hitters count now if given the green light for Sursevic. She extends the inning. That'll bring up Michaela Schlosser. So good part of the lineup here for the Vulcans with 2 outs. Kessel trying to fight her way off the ropes here. Here's a 3-0. Pure take. Sursevic will turn around and spin back around, get back in the box. She'll step back in. Taking all the way on that 3-0. 3-1 now from Kessel. High, outside, ball 4. And now we have bases loaded. 2 outs, and now there's going to be a timeout called by Coach Gerlach. He will go to the mound to check on his battery. Again, can't see the bullpen here from around the edifice of the third base dugout, so not sure if anybody's warming up, but it looks like Gerlach is just going to talk to his infielders, talk to his pitchers, saying there's 2 outs, play at any base, just make the play. Again, though, Schlosser, the junior, has some power in her bat. You got some speed out there, so anything to the wall would, in theory, you would think score 3 runs for the Vulcans. This Blue's going to walk out and break up the conversation. So Schlosser will come up. Schlosser a chance to do some real damage here for the Vulcans. Kessel's first pitch. Off speed, outside corner, catches it, strike 1. So Kessel doing a good job to help herself out by getting ahead of Schlosser. Definitely want to be pitching from position of power here if you're Kessel here. Here's the 0-1. Bounces it up there. Thomas once again saving a run. She has been going all over the place behind that plate for Edinboro. It's going to definitely sleep well on the bus ride back for the Scots. 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Reaching a little bit of a danger zone for the Scots here. If you're Edinboro, you do not want to get behind 3-1 in a matter of Schlosser's ability. 2-1 pitch. And that's just what happened. Schlosser now Hitters count. Pitcher can't put her anywhere. So expect this to be somewhere near the plate and see if Slosser can take a hack at it. 3-1. Ooh, just catches the outside corner for a strike, so full count. Full count, right, bases loaded. So again, this ball is hit. Expect the Vulcans to be on their respective horses. There's one to left field, right at an atom bomb, right at the left fielder. So the Vulcans load the bases, but are unable to bring anything home. So after 5 full, we move to the 6th. California leads the Fighting Scots by a score of 7-5. You're watching Vulcan softball right here on CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Digital Network, and CTV Cable.
Vulcans, the anticipation was real. The Student Activities Board is excited to announce that this year's concert will be Rich the Kid. The concert will be held on April 24th, 2025, with doors opening at 7 p.m. The concert begins at 8 p.m. with Penn West California's very own DJ Pinky and DJ Sharpetta battling, followed by local DJ Rocco Magone. Tickets are open to all students and the public. Student tickets are at a discounted rate of $10 to $15 and allow for floor access. Public tickets are $15 and only for the bowl access. Get your tickets today. You won't want to miss.
And welcome back to Lily Field as Megan Naito steps back into the circle for another inning of relief work here for the Vulcans. Again, if you're just joining us, Edinboro jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the top of the first. California explodes for 6 runs in the bottom of the first. Edinboro scraped away another run in the 2nd and the 5th, but California in the bottom of the 5th, as you just saw, got that run right back and leads 7-5 here in Game 2. California baseball team with a doubleheader sweep at Wild Things Park over Lock Haven. They will be playing also the second half of their back-to-back doubleheaders at Lock Haven tomorrow, assuming weather will cooperate. Did not know what the weather's like. Again, this time of year, you always want to check calvulcans.com to make sure you know what's going on, because games can be changed at a moment's notice. There's a pitch line drive right at the shortstop. A one quick out here.
Next up at number 17, Ashley Rose.
And that'll bring up Ashley Rose. So one quick out here in the top of the 6th inning. So Naito seeing if she can get a quick inning of work here. First pitch down and away. Fishing Expedition booked for Rose and goes behind the count 0-1. So Naito stepping back into the circle. Rose showing bunt, pulls it back, slaps one into right field. The catch is made by the right fielder, Webb Gem. Circle that. 2 outs now for the Vulcans. Great play in right field. And we're going to mark that down for the highlights. You'll see that at some point in the next couple days when I can edit them. So F9, second out. And now California has a chance to get out of this inning. 1-2-3. At bat is Addie McGuire, playing third base. First pitch swinging high to left field. Going back, looking up and gone. Addie McGuire with the home run. First one of the day we have seen. And just like that, Edinboro will get back to within 1 run here as Addie McGuire gets one into the jet stream and gets it over left field fence. And that changes the complexion here as that lineup flipped around, and first home run of the day, and I believe that was possibly wind aided, as that was not, it did not sound like it was a particularly hard hit, but it just kept carrying and carrying. And that'll bring up the next batter, number 27, Olenchik. First pitch taken on the outside for a ball. Olenchik from Lakeview, New York. Takes the second pitch for a strike, evens the count at 1 apiece. That home run by McGuire has changed the complexion of this game. California would look like they were in for a 1-2-3 quick top of the 6th, but now that lead is trimmed by 1. Slap towards the left side of the infield. Fielded throw, and there was nothing that Jaron could do as Olenchik had too much speed coming out of that right-hand side of the batter's box, or excuse me, left-hand side of the batter's box. And that'll bring up Sissom, freshman from Erie, PA. So tying run at first, go ahead and run at the plate. Pitch slapped down the third base line, taken, foul, and out. So 1 run is scored, but California gets out of the inning with their lead, 7-6. And we have a moment. Let's take a look at a game that we like to play here at CTV. Our good friend Ian Brook, On Deck Baseball. Great card and dice baseball game that has a couple of fictional teams as part of their universe. So you can create your own baseball universe, or also a full variety of legendary teams. And again, on another note, it is Ian Brook's birthday today, as our good friend Nate Kurtz and his camera comes over to me. Does not have any hot chocolate, which I think is rude. He has gloves. I have gloves. I'm just choose not to wear them because I'm pretty tough. It's not my first Lily Field winter baseball game, as I'm getting a look from Nathaniel. Don't know what that look is for now. He walks away full of mystery and mirth, is our good friend Nathaniel Kurtz. Can't really elaborate what he's doing now. He's going over to the dog to try and pet the dog, and neither one seems to be very excited about that situation. So we move to the bottom of the 6th. That nonsense is done, as Caitlin Ochtemeyer will come to the plate for the Vulcans. Now it looks like umpire is talking to the Vulcan dugout. Assistant coach George Yanchik, who's a volunteer for his wife Nikki Yanchik, who's in her first season as interim head coach here, taking over for a long time head coach Rick Bertinoli. 2 national championships, a number of PSAC West titles and PSAC titles. Now as the umpire will go, I think there's an issue with the balls, as I see the umpire in the Edinboro dugout looking at Dan Gerlach, and they're talking about. So not sure if we're running out of balls or not sure what the issue is, but definitely a equipment issue here. And there have been a number that have been sent out of play. Not as many as we normally see here. But after that, a big smile on the face from Grace Kessel, as we're set to start here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch, swung on and fouled out of play. Almost on cue, a ball goes out of play for a strike. So Ochtemeyer stepping back in. California would love to get that run right back in an extra insurance run going into the top of the 7th. Second pitch taken high, ball 1. Ochtemeyer awaiting the pitch from Kessel. Kessel checking her wristband for the pitch. Set into left field. Back goes the left fielder in. On the warning track, the out will be recorded. So Ochtemeyer did not miss that by much. But that'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up number 23, Michaela Jaron. So Ochtemeyer, I think, missed that by about a quarter of an inch on the bat. Might have been a little too high. And the Jaren's first pitch swinging sent over to second base. 4-3. The out is recorded. So a quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And I'll bring up number 21, Kira Davis.
California, number 21, Kira Davis.
Davis has seen a lot of action in today's doubleheader. So the first pitch to Davis. First pitch swing sent straight up, back towards us, and both the third baseman and the third baseman collide, but it was just in a weird spot. Glad everybody's okay, but that'll be a exciting strike one. Good job by our camera operator, Hunter Garman, getting that. That's a weird spot of the field to be pointing a camera at, so thank you for that. Again, John Sape was with me earlier today. Then Hunter was able to come up and help out here in game number 2. Make sure you listen to Hunter and his good buddy Charlie on Tuesday afternoon for their radio show. And there's Davis reaching with another hit by pitch. And again, right off the thigh. Cold day to be taking something like that. And that'll bring up for the Vulcans McCutcheon. I think Coach Yanchik is going to make a move for a runner at first. And again, cannot see who the runner is because white on white does not work for my eyes in these jerseys. But there is a new runner at first base for the Vulcans. So McCutcheon has a chance to get one in the gap and maybe get a runner home here with 2 outs. First pitch. Taken 4 balls. The umpire is going to get some of that dust off the plate. I believe the runner at first is 30, Lexi Hasbrook, the junior from Corey, PA. So the 1-0 pitch. We move into the bottom, or firmly in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. Ball in the dirt. We mentioned before, McCutcheon has some pop in that bat, leading the team in home runs coming into this doubleheader, and still will be, as California has yet to hit a home run in this game. Only 1 home run hit between the two teams despite the wind blowing out, and that was Adeline McGuire in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. McCutcheon just misses that one, sends it over the batting cages for the first strike. Definitely wanted that one. And I don't think she missed it by much. That had a good sound to it off of the bat. So McCutcheon stepping back in. McCutcheon 2-1 pitch. Taking inside. Throw down to first. Hasbrook back. So hitters count for McCutcheon if she's given the green light by Coach Yanchik. Sun is starting to dip behind the hills here, and the temperature in relationship is dipping as well. So 3-1 pitch. Low and inside, ball 4. So 2 runners on base now as the lineup flips over for Carlina Fiorelli. And a chance to get that run back that they surrendered in the top of the 1st, or top of the 6th. Kessel's pitch. And that gets Fiorelli. She's not happy with it. She'll go to first base. And that'll bring up for the Vulcans, Jenna Hollerich. bases loaded. And it seems like the Vulcans have had bases loaded with 2 outs about 3 times in this game. But Hollards has a chance to give some much-needed insurance runs for the Vulcans going into the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate. The 0-1. Hollards to right center. Will it be in play? It will. So Vulcans load them up, but to no avail, and that will end the 6th inning of play. So we move into the 7th. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching Vulcan Softball on CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Digital Network, and CUTV Cable and Cablecast.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And welcome back to Lilly Field as we move to the top of the 7th here. California clinging to a 1-run lead, 7-6. They won game 1 of this doubleheader by the score of 9-3. Megan Naito in relief has a chance to get the win. She came in the middle of the 1st inning. California gave up 3 runs, and then they scored 6, and then it's been nip and tuck back and forth ever since. So Rose now stepping into the box for the Vulcans. Excuse me, for the Fighting Scots versus the Vulcans. My brain is starting to freeze in the wind tunnel. Here's the pitch. Swing and a tip. Foul ball. Strike 1. So Rose stepping back in. First pitch swinging. Excuse me, that's not Rose. That is Cassie Weller. I'm sorry. I'm all kinds of discombobulated here as there's a pitch taken outside for a ball. But in my defense, all my notes are starting to slowly blow away here. So doing what we can. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss.
There you go.
Looked like Naito may have pulled some of the velo off of that, and Weller unable to adjust. So Naito moving ahead 1-2. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Weller not interested in helping out at all. Now McCutcheon looking into the dugout, trying to get the signal. Everyone's on the same page. And again, looks like the outfield is shaded just a hair to the right. Here's the 2-2. Taken outside, full count. Again, if you're California, you don't want to put the tying run on base. Make them earn it. If they're going to get on, make them earn it. Don't walk that tying run on. And then by extension, bringing the go-ahead run to the plate. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up. And it will hit the road to our left. The young man goes after the ball. Hopefully he doesn't go too far because there is a very steep incline over there. So full count, Naito stalking back into the circle. Getting the call from McCutcheon. So here's the payoff pitch for Naito. Popped out of play once again over the Borough dugout. Almost in the exact same spot. So everybody resets. And we'll do it again. The umpire waiting, I think, for a couple balls. We've had a couple go out of play the last few minutes. So McCutcheon gives that one back as Naito has a ball. So full count. Well, they're now stepping back in, trying to get that tying run on base for the Scots. Fly ball. Coming on as the center fielder. Does she have it? She does not. It pops out. And Weller running all the way will get the tying run at second base. Center fielder could not come up with that as the wind freshens up. Ball was just hit hard enough to get over the infield and not hard enough to get to the center fielder. So that'll bring up Isabella Becker with the chance to tie this game up here in the top of the 7th inning. There's a fly ball to center field. Will it get down? It will. And we're going to have a tie ball game here as there is a double. And we are tied at 7. Back-to-back 2 baggers for the Fighting Scots. And now Edinboro has a chance to take the lead here at 8. And that'll bring up number 13, Isabella Bavaro. As now there's a meeting at the mound for the Vulcans. So I talked about it several times in the game. California, with bases loaded, unable to extend that lead, and Edinboro taking advantage of that and fighting back. Again, Borough with 3 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, 5th, 6th, and 7th. California, 6 runs in the first and 1 run in the 5th. That's how we've got 2-7, 2-7. So now Bavaro, first pitch taking in the dirt, ball 1. McCutcheon blocking it and keeping the the go-ahead run from getting to third base. Again, the complexion of this game changed mightily as here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, that'll advance the runner. So a productive out, as they like to say, in advanced money ball situation. But the complexion of this game changed in the top of the 6th. California first 2 outs were gained quickly, and then a home run by Addie McGuire to get within 1. So runner at third. First pitch bounced up there. Number 24, Edinboro, Amelia Mara, has a chance to be a hero for the moment for the Fighting Scots. As I'm sure you can hear, the wind is blowing straight out. Infield creeps in a little bit and just foul. Almost caught the left-hand side of the third base bag, which would have been a fair ball, but continues to go left and foul. So 1-1's the count. A runner at third. The go-ahead runs at third. So a lot of pressure on McCutcheon to keep anything in front of her. Here's the pitch. Nice off-speed pitch. Just floats over the middle of the plate. And now McCutcheon goes ahead 1-2. Mara resets. Again, the infield's in at the corner, trying to cut off the run. Right at third, looks her back, throw to first. Great play over there by Jaron. And now we go to 2 outs. And that'll bring up Thomas. I want it to be something for Thomas, saving a lot of runs and a lot of advances to be the hero here for Edinboro. But that was not an easy play that Jaron just made it third, keeping the ball in front of her, looking the runner back, and getting the out at first. First pitch taken on the outside for a ball. So 7-7 is the score here from Lily Field. Pitch slapped into right. Coming on, making the catch, but no, making an attempt. It gets to the ground, and that will be the go-ahead run for Edinboro. Once again, that was just hit hard enough to get to the outfield, but not hard enough to make it an easy play. So Edinboro getting 2 runs here in the top of the 7th to go ahead.
Next at bat, number 17, Ashley Rose.
And that'll bring up 17, Ashley Rose. So it looked like for a second there, California was going to get out with the lead, or excuse me, not with the lead, with the tie, and a chance to win it. Over to short, throw, not in time. Good effort, but just too fleet of foot was Ashley Rose. So now California giving up back-to-back hits, and that'll bring up Addie McGuire, and again, cannot explain or estimate the effect her solo shot in the top of the 6th happened. California was cruising to that point. Now it looks like there's going to be some changes as Coach Janchik is out to talk to the umpire, but I think Coach Gerlich has jumped in there first to maybe make a move for a runner. So Coach Janchik will go out to talk to the man in blue. So we're going to have a pinch runner going out at second base. Looks like that is number 11, Sydney Lahoki. Really should have looked at that before. Now Coach Janchik will make a change. Coming out to the mound for the Vulcans is Cheyenne Bayan, junior from Owings Mills.
Now pitching for California.
So Lou Hockey now goes to second. Bayan will come in to pitch, trying to get out of this inning, and hopefully the Vulcan Bats can get 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So again, Edinboro scoring 2 runs here. It looks like we're about to get the lights turned on here at Lily Field. Thought we would get through this one without the lights being needed, but sun has set. The temperature, what temperature there was, is gone with the sun. It's a parts unknown. And we're left here at the top of the 7th. So McGuire now stepping in against Bayan. Ball gets away from McCutcheon. So that'll be a ball, and now you have 2 runners in scoring position against a dangerous batter in the form of Addie McGuire. So the lights slowly starting to warm here at Lily Field. So here's the pitch. Fouled away. So that'll be Bayon's first strike here in the game. I believe the count is 1-1. And it is. Scoreboard's off a little bit, but the man in blue says it is 1-1. So here's the pitch. Ground ball to third, and that is going to be a foul ball. And that'll make the count 1-2. Circle that, because that could have been a little bit of bad luck for Kyle, as Jaron made the play and would have had the out easily at first, but as it is, it's a foul ball. 1-2 is the count. And McGuire gets another chance here. So Bayan, 1-2. Outside, waste pitch, 2-2. 2-2's the count. 2 outs. 2 runs in, 2 runners on. 2s are wild. Here's the pitch. Center field. That ball is hit hard. That ball is gone. Another home run for McGuire. And the Scots take a 10-7 lead here. As Addie McGuire, 2 runs here in the 6th and 7th inning. And that ball was stung to center field. So the Scots with a comeback, now a 3-run lead here, now with 2 outs. And that'll bring up number 27, Abigail Anunchiek. And Addie McGuire having herself an afternoon here, at least the last 45 minutes. Alinacek now. As a little bit of a hush has fallen over here as now we see Coach Gerlich talking to the man in blue. Not sure what the conversation is, but everybody seems satisfied with the result. Bayan's pitch. Ball outside. So 10 runs, 16 hits, 1 error. For the Vulcans, 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Ball 2, and what could have been 2 within inches plays, diving stops in center field were not able to be grabbed. Would have been 2 outs, and this game probably would have been over, but Edinboro was able to scrape through, got that tying run, and then a couple base runners and a long home run. Bayan's 2-0 pitch gets over for a strike, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Chop towards third. Throw over. And that ends the inning. But, again, I mentioned it. Bad luck almost with California not able to have that play ruled a fair ball. McGuire got another chance and capitalized on it. So we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. But before we do that, I'd like to take a moment to say for all your athletic needs, go to Cal Vulcans on all your social platforms. Matt Kiefer and his staff doing a great job keeping everybody updated about what's going on. And this time of year, with the weather, you never know what is going to happen from time to time. So for all of your updated schedules, stories, bios, everything, just go to Cal Vulcans. Updated information, links to where you can watch the games. The linchpin, Matt Kiefer and his staff doing hard work. So we're going to move here into the bottom of the 7th. California hoping to get some base runners to get a walk-off situation going. But a 5-run top of, that can't add up, right? 3 and 1 is 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 5-run top of the 7th. Actually, it's 11-7 is what the scoreboard says. And there's a strike. I'm not sure where we're off here. The scoreboard says 11. That should be correct. Strike 2. So the score is 11-7, not 10-7 as we had, so I apologize to that. Math is tough sometimes. Ground ball to second base. That math is easy. 4-3, but beating it out is Alexa Daniels, and that could be the spark the Vulcans need here with an infield single. And that'll bring up number 14, Brianna Susevic. So don't count the Vulcans out yet. Couple base runners and Vulcans are right back in this in the bottom of the 7th inning. Still on the mound. It's actually Annalise Smith on the mound. So I apologize if I've been misidentifying her or if she came in. But regardless, Smith is the pitcher right now. So here's the pitch. Low, ball 2. Again, trying to do triple duty here. Some things will get by. So apologize for that. But Annalise Smith in, the senior from Rochester, New York. So that runs the count 3-0. Hitters count now. California needs base runners. Need 3 of them to bring up the tying run. So Smith slowing down her pitching. 3-0. Pure take for Sasevic. Runs the count to 3-1. Light starting to take full effect here at Lilly Field. 3-1 pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. So now you have 2 runners up. That'll bring up McCutcheon. Excuse me, Slosser, not McCutcheon. It's Michaela Slosser. Coach Gerlich coming in. Not sure if he's going to make a pitching change or not. And there will be a change made. So going out into the circle will be Coach Gerlich and number 1, Gianna Fakia. And she was the leader for Edinboro in a lot of the categories.
Now pitching for Edinboro, number 1, Gianna Fakia.
So Fakia trying to close the door here for the Scots and almost just knocked out her teammate Emily Thomas, who was not ready for the warm-up pitch, but Fakia noticed that. So a lot of activity here at Lilly Field in this doubleheader. A lot of runs scored. California winning game 1 9-3. Edinboro now with a furious rally, 6 runs in 2 innings, leading 11-7. The Vulcans are not done yet. 2 runners on. You still have the tying run in the on-deck circle, but there's still a chance. But you have Fukia now coming in for Edinboro. Slosser now stepping in for the Vulcans. So 2 on, nobody out. So Fakia's first pitch taken for a strike. And the Edinboro bench excited with that result on this pitch. So the 0-1 from Fakia. Low in the dirt, gets by. Runners advance, so base hit brings in 2 and gets California within 2. So Slosser now stepping out, reassessing. Thomas looking back in. Fakia checking her wristband, see if they're on the same page. 1-1 count. High ball 2. So high drama right now. If California can get a base hit here, can make things a little interesting. Down 4, so again, a little bit of work to get that tying and go-ahead run. There's a foul ball. Shooting it foul out of play to my right. Evens the count at 2 apiece. So 2-2. That should get a run home. So Edinboro will trade an out for a run. So California makes it 11-7. Runner will advance to third. And that'll bring up Caitlin Ochtenmeyer.
Now batting for California, number 5, Caitlin Ochtenmeyer. Okay.
So Ochtenmeyer will step in, 1 out. Again, Edinboro was all too happy to trade that run for an out. Lead is cut to 3, though. First pitch. Check swing, nothing doing. Ball 1. So the 1-0. High, ball 2. Now that that run's in, the tying run is in the on-deck circle, so Ochtenmeyer can get on one swing of the bat, can tie it up. Here's the pitch. Healthy cut. Just misses it as Ochtenmeyer. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 11 runs in for Edinboro, 8 in for California. Fakia slowing it down just a little bit. Ochtenmeyer looking in. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, blocked for a ball, 3-1. Pitch, swing and a miss. Ochtenmeyer. As the pitch or the throwback from to the pitcher was in the dirt, but nobody advances. So full count. Payoff pitch here. Fukia looking in. So the 3-2 off of the hands, but the spin takes it out, so we'll redo everything. Good effort by Thomas to try and get it. Little excuse me check swing from Ochtenmeyer. Almost got in for a little bit of an infield single. That would have brought a run home, as no one was going to be able to cover home plate. Full count. Here's the pitch. Ochtenmeyer swing and a miss. So the Vulcans down to their last out. Looked like Fukia brought the heat. And that'll bring up Michaela Jaron.
Now batting number 23, Michaela Jaron.
So Jaron trying to extend this game for the Vulcans. Fukia trying to end it for the Scots. Edinboro with the furious 6-run rally in the last 2 innings, trying to get a split here in this doubleheader. So Jaron now goes ahead of the count, 1-0. Fakia looking in. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 1-1 is the count. So Fakia trying to work for a save here for the Scots. Here's the 1-1. High, ball 2. So Jaron stepping back in. Head of the count, 2-1. If she extends it, Davis is on deck. Swing in there for a single. Californians get a run and extend this. So now that brings the tying run to the plate in the form of Kira Davis. A seeing eye base hit up the middle. RBI. So 11-9, California trailing by 2, but the tying run is at the plate. First pitch taken outside for a ball. And Edinboro in the top of the inning hit a 3-run bomb with 2 outs, so see if California can return the favor here with a 2-run bomb of their own. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Evens the count at 1 apiece. And not a lot of strikeouts in this second game. I'm looking at my highlight list, and I don't see very many that I've marked down, so a lot of balls put in play in this second game. Here's the 1-1. Foul tip. And the Vulcans down to their last strike. So Davis, the freshman from Connellsville, trying to keep the Vulcans alive here, trailing by 2. So we move across 7 o'clock here on the East Coast. 1-2. Foul tip, stays alive. I apologize, the runner's actually on first base, not on third. So 1-2, 2 outs. Runner on first. Fukia looking in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that will end it. Edinboro with a furious rally in the the top of the 7th inning will get the win here. So for my cameraman, Hunter Garman, and our announcer in Game 1, John Sape, I'm Gary Smith. You've been watching Vulcan Softball right here on CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Digital Network, and CUTV Cable. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.